Hey everybody, this is Jim at SB500chart.com. It's about 4:45 on December 23rd. I'm going to make this fairly quick so you can get out and do your Christmas shopping. Let me read this to you first. The website and the video are for educational purposes only. Nothing stated at the site or in the video is intended to be used as investment advice. I can draw lines on charts, but you have to draw your own conclusions from your own research and make investment decisions that are suitable for your personal financial situation. I am not a licensed financial professional. I'm just a guy who draws lines on charts. So let's take a look. Okay, the first thing I want to do is take a look at a 2-hour chart, which is a time frame I don't look at very often, and it's a very simple reason why. The freestockcharts.com software, whatever it is that they use to produce these charts, when you zoom in and out, you hit that 2-hour chart. Sometimes lines get really screwy. Like you can see, these two lines are supposed to match up with this, but they're not. Ignore that for now. Here's the one thing I want us to just keep in mind. This little line that I've made sort of a brown color. Let's just keep an eye on that, because that has defined 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 areas of resistance over the past 3 months or so. I think that might be worth keeping in mind, and with that in mind, you can see that our target of about 1850 is within range easily while remaining underneath this line. So let's zoom in and take a little bit closer look at what happened today. Okay. I mentioned the other day, and by the way, I think that line has moved on me again. That's what I'm telling you about. Gotta watch this a bit. Okay, let's just remember this, that we would be encountering resistance tomorrow at about 1845 based upon this line. And you see I zoom in, and well, yeah, there it is. It stayed put that time. So anyway, here's what's interesting. We had been looking at what appeared to be a potential inverted head and shoulders pattern that once again seemed to want to get about its business without the benefit of forming a typical right shoulder. We hit one little spot of resistance here, and you can see that line is perfectly lined up on the highs of the 29th and the highs of the 9th. We came up to that last Wednesday, tagged it exactly, then sold back late that afternoon, and then into Thursday, Friday. Just instead of backing off and making a little right shoulder, taking its time, the market is just juiced and said, nope, can't do that. Got places to do, places to go, people to meet, and the S&P broke out over that neckline pronto. Today actually was the first day that we hit a level that you would consider technically significant when we got up to about 1830, because the neckline is currently right a little bit above 1810. So that means at the high of the day today, we were 1% approximately over this neckline. Zooming in a little more, we placed this resistance line on the chart over the weekend just with the idea that because we'd had two little touches, one was actually the high on Wednesday, the other was the high on well, not it actually wasn't the high, but it was the midday high on Friday. Today we gapped up just a hair over that line and then immediately settled back, kind of stayed around it, then started to sell off a little bit during the day. So let's see if tomorrow This line, which is at this point purely hypothetical, because I mean we've got 2 touches on it back here on the 19th, but that's not really enough in my book to justify saying expect support here. I just have it on the chart because we may get support. It is based more than anything else upon the fact that it is parallel to this top resistance line, and often these lines run in pairs like that. So it's more of a curiosity than anything I would look for and say, I can't wait for this line to get tagged because I'm going to mortgage the house and go all in. No, that's not what I'm talking about at all. It's just a curiosity. Let's see. Where we end the market today is at a new all-time high. Here's our line, our brown line that I was talking about that enables, has room underneath it for the S&P to reach that 1847 or so target, which is our measured target from our almost inverted head and shoulders pattern. Again, how do you get that? Briefly, measure the depth of the pattern. Take that same line, measure the height above the neckline where that broke out, and there's your target. About 1847, maybe 1848. And again, as you see, there is room underneath this brown line, wherever this line might actually supposed to be. It's hard to tell. It keeps moving around just a little bit. But there is room underneath this line for that target to be met pretty quickly. It could be met, I believe. Yeah, we could make that target this year. It would have and still be underneath this line. Now, we could make it tomorrow if the S&P wants to power up over this line. Okay, but I'm saying if this resistance line does what it's done in the past, there's room for us to get to that target area in roughly the next 5 or 6 sessions. So guys, wow, what a year. We're not quite done yet. I just want to thank you for being with me throughout 2013. Some of you, many of you, have been with the site since 2012. I just want to thank you. I hope you guys get something out of this. There will be a video tomorrow. It will be brief. It will be the Santa Claus edition. So let's just keep an eye on it. Let's see if there's anything interesting happening tomorrow during that short session. And again, thanks so much for your support.